Now these next two cars I have are GATX LPG cars, also pretty rare, and with these, they're about the same as these, just weathered off of photos. The GATX cars from Canada, hauling Canadian LPG. Pretty much weathered the same, nice light weathering, a good dull coating, safety striping to these. Same on this side. You got a little graffiti though, you can see. It looks pretty cool. Pretty cool. Really like the weathering on this. You can see that nice rusty spray on the bottom, and then you got the kick up on the ends. As always, really cool. And I think these look really nice. So there's the first GATX car. And then the second one is a little more heavily weathered, and you can see I did the tagging, added the safety stripes, did the kind of similar to the clear coat finish I did on this UTLX car, where you can see the kind of the peeling clear coat effect on this. I sort of did that with this one too, and then I did the bleaching on the top with my oil paints, and then a sponge with using kind of like a one of these cosmetic sponges. I basically blotched the paint onto the top of the car, and then followed behind with some powders and kind of blended it out a little bit to kind of create those effects. And that looks pretty good. Pretty heavy weathering on the top there. And I'm going to be honest, it kind of looks a little orange, a little more orange than it really is in this camera for some reason. So hopefully this doesn't play back like this on YouTube, but it's a much more subtle rusty color. It's not so bright like it's showing in this camera, but it looks pretty good in real life, honestly. But you can see, again, the vinyl strips, something important you got to have on these LPG cars nowadays. Oops, sorry about that, guys. I don't know why it's not focusing there. Come on. There we go. Sorry about that. And then you got this side. Some pretty heavy graffiti on this side too. All hand painted and done by hand. Looks pretty cool. So there's the two GATX LPG cars. I think these look really cool. I'll go ahead and set these aside. Now some other tank cars I've bought recently are, as I've noticed that they've been using crude oil and mixed freight a lot more times now. I got these three Walthers crude oil cars, and these are pretty hard to get to nowadays, but I got these in a nice set of three for like $70 on eBay, which is a pretty good deal. So I did a nice light fade on all three of these cars, which I'll show here all together to save time. I did basically a nice light finish, dull finish on these cars with some dull coat on all these cars. Did the weathering effects in various stages on these cars, all based on photos. Did the streaking at the top, and then added the safety stripes to them, and then I upgraded these to the scale size shelf couplers like these are supposed to have. So that's all done. Really spent a lot of time and detail going into these cars, really tried to make them look good, and I think they really did. So here's CITX 224195. You can see, nice plain Jane car. I did add the hazmat number to this one too, because this one had the hazmat number in the photos. Also, I added the gas stencils, or not the gas stencils, but the hazmat numbers to all three of these as well. That's another thing I did. As you can see, there's some tagging on this one. This one has a little bit of tagging. And here's the other side of this one. You can see, nothing too crazy. And then on this one, I went in a little more detail with the tagging. And then on the roof, you got a little more paint chipping, just like the one in real life had. As you can see, that looks really cool. And then this side has a little more graffiti too. So that's pretty cool. I really like these cars, honestly. I've been trying to get a hold of these for a while now. They were pretty expensive right out of Walthers, but I was able to wait patiently, and I got a really good deal on these three cars. So there they are. There's my crude oil cars. These will be going into service. Hauling some crude oil around on the railroad. So I think those look pretty cool. So there's a couple modern tank cars for you guys that I've been working on. Hopefully get these into service here pretty soon in my next operating session. Get some mileage on these. But I think they look pretty good. So now I kind of saved the best for last year. I had talked about how I've been refurbishing a few older cars, and the ones I've been refurbishing are some of my really popular trash cars, which I have 4 of them here, and I'm going to go ahead and grab all 4 of them here right now. And we're just going to kind of go over these one at a time. But I built these when I was like 13, representing some of these BFTX trash cars that haul C&D material, basically construction demolition, or trash as it's better known as. And these operate all over New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, and then they come down here to Ohio and Fostoria, Ohio. And these cars get beat to hell. I mean, they just get covered in graffiti, and they they, like I said, just really get beat up. So, like I said, I built these when I was 13 and pretty much used a Walther's bulkhead flat car like their prototypes used, and then added the sides and ends to them, and then added the loads to them. But these have been sitting in a drawer for like 3 years. I haven't even used these, but recently I was able to pull them out. I was able to re-weather them, add the safety stripes, finish the patching, re-decal them, touch up the paint here and there, and then I added all the new C&D loads to these. So we'll go ahead and do these in order as I did them. The first car I completed was BFTX 112, or Bill Frank Trucking is what BFTX stands for, and you can see on this one I added the safety stripes to it, obviously. Finished the nice rust effects on these with my oil paints. And you can see you got all the C&D, you got all that material spilling over the side. It's pretty cool. You got the layered graffiti effects, so that's pretty cool. And then this side, again, really heavy weathering on these, and I think they just look awesome, honestly. And then here's the C&D loads, which I made from styrofoam. I used a styrofoam core, cut to the shape of the interior of these cars, put it in, and then I put all the material over and basically glued it to the styrofoam base. This is basically a mixture of scrap material that I had from products, basically scrap styrene, metal shavings, all kinds of stuff like that. I put some scraps of paper in there, some springs, all kinds of junk like that. And then I took some what's called tool fabric or tool netting and put it over the load to represent the netting that they use to hold the material down. That way it doesn't spill over the sides of the cars. So you can see that looks really cool. Really nice loads on these. But I think the cars look really cool. So there's BFTX 112. That's the first one. And the second one I did is one of my personal favorites. This is BFTX 191. You can see I did the pretty much touched up the weathering on this one, touched up the graffiti, added the safety stripes. Again, finished the put the new load in this guy here. You can see it looks really cool. You can see the nice warped sides of this one. You can see those. I think that looks awesome. So there's the load, nice and beat up. Like I said, these cars really get beat up. And then here's my favorite side. This one has the free 5 tag, which someone did in New York. I think that looks really awesome. And then I finished the patching on it, added the new car data and the stencil there. And I think that looks really cool. I think that just is awesome. I really like this car too. This is one of my favorites. Really, I like all of them, honestly. They're all really cool in their own special way. And there's the free 5 one. That's the second one. And then the next one I have here is BFTX 155. Again, another rust bucket. It's covered in graffiti. And this one is really beat to hell. You can see the top of this car is just completely shot. You can see how bent it is. All that rust streaking down the side. And it's just coated in graffiti. I mean, coated in it. It looks really sweet. This is another one of my real favorites, and these are, like I said, all based on the real cars, which I have photos of thanks to realpicturearchives.net. There's the load, as you can see, nice C&D load in there, and then you got this side. So yeah, it's pretty cool. This one I didn't add the safety stripes to. This one doesn't have the safety stripes yet, so I went ahead and just kept those off. I might add them later, but I'm just going to keep up with the times and say this one doesn't have the safety stripes yet, so it looks pretty cool. Really like that one too. And then the last one I have here is BFTX 101-23. Again, another real rust buckets, beat to hell. Got all the graffiti on there, all done by hand based on photos. I don't know what really, all in all, I don't know what was the most time-consuming part, because every aspect of doing these cars was very time-consuming, from building the cars, doing the graffiti, doing the weathering, and then making the loads. The loads alone, I think, took like 2 days to make per load. It's very time-consuming, so I went ahead and did all that in detail, but it was definitely worth the efforts. I don't think I'll be making any more of these cars, though. I have enough for now to say, and most of the time these stay up east. These don't really get out west too much, but I wanted to have a few of these just because I really like the prototypes so much. So I'm going to go ahead and just keep these 4. But here's the other side of 101-23. Again, really cool. But there's my 4 C&D cars, guys. These are the ones that I was able to finish, and I'm really glad I did. Got these finished and ready for service. So my plan is to build a couple more, but not this style. I'm going to do an REGX car, and I'm going to do 2 more BFTX cars using some ENC shops wood chip cars. Some of the older blue ones that are also beat to hell, so hopefully I can do those pretty soon. But those are the wood chip cars that I'll be doing here pretty soon. But these are the C&D cars that I got done so far. And that's all stuff that I'm doing right now. Alright, so to finish up this video, I got some more projects that I'm going to be working on here. I'm going to go ahead and bring this box over the bench, just because I won't be able to work on it over the weekend. But this is going to be some CSX locomotives I'm going to be doing here pretty soon for a friend of mine. So I'll be working on those here pretty soon, and hopefully I can get those done. I got to do a lot of detailing and painting work to those, so hopefully we can get those done. Next video I'll be showing you guys some tank car projects that I'm doing. I'm building a tank car here right now for methanol. A bunch of stuff like that I've been working on. So that'll be next video. And then also to kind of conclude things, I've been selling all of this older rolling stock for just some extra cash, and so these will be all going out the door here pretty soon. But this is all stuff I don't really need, so that'll all be going out the door here pretty soon. And then you can see my fleet's building pretty good right now, so I'm pretty happy. Like I said, I got some more projects coming. I got a Sioux Jeep 38 I'll be building here pretty soon. A CEFX SD45 I'll be working on. So there's a lot of other stuff that'll be coming here pretty soon. So hopefully in the next video I can show you guys. But that kind of gets us up to date here for now. And until next time, guys, and thanks for watching and take care.